ready, Sarah?
Yes, Paul, I am
Oh,
ready.
wait, sorry. Hello, hello, everybody. This is Paul and Sarah. We're gonna rewatch episode 101, Alan, which is the second episode of season 1 of Prison Break. We'll talk about the awkward numbering later in the podcast. We want you to watch along with us, so please know that there probably will be some long-ish pauses where we're so entranced by what's going on screen that we're not babbling away idiotically, but most of the time we'll try to babble away idiotically. So are you ready, Sarah?
Yes, we will, audience, we will count you in so that we can all press play at the same time and have ourselves a little rewatch party. Good luck, everyone.
And note
3.
that this includes the previously on that's attached to each episode.
Oh, yes, it does. So hopefully you have that. Otherwise, we'll let you know when the show is starting.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, play, right?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. Previously on.
I was so impressed that you noticed that, helicopter in the background.
I remember when they did it. It was so incredible.
How far do you have to get down on this call sheet before someone does not have blue eyes?
How far down on the call sheet do you go before, like, after 50 episodes, they ask you to do a previously on? Because I feel it was like really only you, Wentworth, and Dominic that did them. I think I did one.
I
I have them on me.
Robin must have, hey?
Oh yeah, Robin must have, sure.
Okay, so here we
All
are,
right,
guys. We're starting the
flying
iconic
over
opening
Fox
shot
River, but it's not the credit sequence. This is the teaser.
in beautiful
Checkers.
downtown Joliet. Checkers. I love you, Muse Watson.
$60. Shit.
That cat must have been a whole thing, hey,
Right.
production-wise.
Yeah, sure. Animals and children. He's looking at the trainer right off screen.
When do I get my fish?
Yes. Uh-oh.
Episode 2, and we're going into race riot territory.
Yeah. Also, can we just address the why it's episode 101 thing? It was so it's probably more confusing for us than it was for the audience, but
Yeah, I don't think they noticed, but
okay.
man,
Usually
for
pilots
us.
are called episode 1, but on our show for some reason it was called pilot and then episode 101. Oh, here we go. I love this stuff.
This is
This is some
so
of my
good.
favorite stuff.
Alan Schweitzer.
Alan, is that what it is? Alan Schweitzer?
Alan Schweitzer. Mhm.
I don't remember
But
I don't remember what it means. I remember the 3 names,
English Fitz and Percy.
English Fitz and Percy. It's so
Mhm.
good.
We gotta take one out. Yeah, Alan Schweitzer, I could tell you, or we could
No,
just see it
don't.
together.
Don't.
Okay. It's so good. I also
I
love that
think
you have to see it reflected in a mirror
yes, right, because it's right. I mean,
because he's a
I would love to
genius.
ask Paul Scheuring, the creator, how much of this he had before the pilot. Like, like if he had all of these. Wow, we're already in Schofield.
Ooh. Shank. Again, with Wentworth having to play or choosing, maybe, to play a white dude.
Yep.
It's gotta be so complicated for him. Really nice editing here. Really
Oh,
nice editing, and well done on the not overwriting it. There's a bad version of this scene.
said move along.
I wonder if that's
Here you
because he
go.
lived there.
Here's our iconic opening.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Dom had first billing
Sure.
because 'cause he'd been in a show before.
A couple of them.
It was just I remember
And
that
Sarah
being
Wayne Callies.
crazy,
Gotta
though.
love it.
And
Listen
Sarah
to
Wayne Callies.
Yeah, listen to our
And
first episode if you wanna know the story of that. That's pretty great.
who was that? But it was weird. I remember I didn't know until the show aired that Dom had first billing because Wentworth was number 1 on our call sheet.
Right. Interesting that everybody's listed as a guest star. I guess it's because it was partials, what we call partials in the biz,
Mm,
10/13ths or whatever.
but I was 10/13ths too. I never even
Yeah,
noticed that part. Yeah, because you were the good doctor.
I was
Thank you
yeah,
for calling me the good doctor. I now direct on The Good Doctor for ABC.
you
It's all
do.
very confusing.
Nice plug. You have to get that cleared. I will also say, uh, they Adina Porter, I love her. I just saw her the other day at a play. She's such a good actor.
Who does she play?
I can't remember the character's name, but, she's the first person I've ever killed on screen.
Aw, that's beautiful.
Gary Brown. I will say that, we talked about, uh,
Marty
Dante
Noxon,
Spinoza Dante Spinoza,
the DP.
and that they did a really nice job of keeping the look of the show even after he was gone. It's
They
not
sure
easy
did,
to do. I mean, they spent a lot of money on a pilot, making it look like a movie, and
and
then
a
they
lot of
have, like, a
time.
third of the budget when you go to
Totally.
episode 1, and sometimes make you can really see the drop off, but I think they did a great job of making it look great.
I wonder, was it Bob LaBonge who did this first
Was it?
episode? Because he
I
was
don't remember. I think we're
so
about to
good.
find out, right?
It should be yeah, it should be here soon in the credits because we had 2 DPs season 1.
Right.
Um, Brett Ratner gets paid for every episode because he directed the
Yes, he
pilot.
does. That was the gig. Do you remember who directed this episode? I do not. Was it Michael Watkins?
It might have been. It might have been. Yes, I think it was. More on him later. He was such a character.
Yes. I heard he's a poet now or a painter or something.
I think he published a book of poetry,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So cool.
right?
Yeah. Just very clever for. This is also like pre
By the way,
Sherlock
Dice,
Holmes. It's like pure pre all that kind of. Yeah, Michael
directed by
Watkins.
Michael Watkins.
Oh, did we miss director of photography? We can go back and look
That
later.
might be the end credits, actually. By the way, in that little flashback, there was a fountain pen, which is
Yeah.
amazing because, of course, Michael
Oh, right.
Schofield
Of
writes with a
course.
fountain pen.
Yes, of
It's a
course.
classy thing right there. Oh, wow. I
Wow.
didn't realize he was in this early.
Here we go.
Oh, and that's Cherry,
Who's Cherry?
the one holding his pocket.
Is that the character's name or the guy's name?
I think it's the character. I think.
Okay.
I only know that because I was reading recaps.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That face.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I
Chicago
wonder
has
how
all these
differently that
great, yeah,
episode
go
would
ahead.
be written now. No, go ahead.
I'm just saying Chicago had still has this wonderful architecture, these great buildings to shoot in. I mean, look at that. That's pretty great.
It's also a really beautiful contrast to the prison.
Yeah.
All the shiny floors and high ceilings
Yeah.
and all the money.
Oh yeah, Craig Simmons. Crab Simmons.
I don't remember Crab Simmons. I remember Crabby and Goyle from, Harry
Crab
Potter.
Simmons. Adina Porter plays Crab's girlfriend, I think.
Oh, this is
So
such a beautiful sequence.
so that's from the credit sequence, right?
I
It
think
reminds me
so.
of Birdie. Do you remember the movie Birdie?
No.
Nicolas Cage and Matthew Modine. Is it Nicolas Cage? It's Matthew Modine and somebody.
I played Nicolas
Prison movie.
Cage's wife.
What? In what?
Something called Pay the Ghost. I think
Wow.
there's I can't remember how much older he is than me, but it's something that only happens in movies. Again, very beautifully lit.
Hmm. With my loving, gonna make it right with my loving.
With my what? Jesus, Paul.
Oh, sorry, I
Oh, it's
paused.
a selfie.
I thought I paused it. Oh, a
It's
selfie.
a
Sorry for
selfie.
the
That's all
that
right. I
sound.
was moved.
Sorry.
Um, yeah, that lighting is gorgeous. I think this might be Bob LaBonge. Bob LaBonge was kind of a legend.
Yeah, he's a
Also,
legend in
just
Los Angeles.
a gentleman.
Hmm.
I adored working with him. He was so lovely.
Still looking for that pugnac.
Which sounds like a small compact dog, doesn't it?
100% that drinks cognac.
I think we
Just
should come out
invented
with
a
a line
drink
of Pugnac
of pugnac.
or a cocktail.
It's
We're gonna have to
right.
spitball the Pugnac. This was not a part of the plan.
Or was it? That's always, I mean,
I feel like Teabag is not. Huh. He was soft in that shot. I'm trying to remember his name. I saw him in a play.
Phil Van Leer.
Yes, Phil Van Leer. I saw him in
Yeah.
a play and he was so good.
He teaches in Chicago too, or he certainly did for years. He was a beloved actor and teacher as well.
Mm. Yeah, we got to see a lot of theater in Chicago, actually, when we were there.
Schofield.
Schofield. Wade. What a lovely human being. Books, cassette tapes. Those are cassette tapes. Ooh, look at Super Sleuth.
Seriously.
Now that is not Wentworth's handwriting.
No.
Schweitzer Allen. That's a nice shot. Dun,
End
dun,
of Act
dun,
One.
dun. End of
I
Act
wonder what
1.
the
And these 2
commercials were.
episodes aired back to back.
Oh, right.
Oh, so all of these flyover shots, not add 'em up, all of them. Nice bus in the background. That was Michael Watkins, who directed this episode
Flying
and
around in a helicopter?
yeah, because he is a Marine, and I say "is a
Right.
Marine" because I once said he was a Marine, and I was
And you're
corrected.
always a Marine.
"I was a Marine." He was our producing director season 1, so he did a lot of our episodes. Um, but yeah, he would go up in a helicopter a couple times a season,
Yeah.
and
But didn't Gary Brown end up doing that in Dallas too? One of the other producers, the Dallas
very
producer?
possibly, very possibly. By the way, something that's worth mentioning, we'll talk about this a little bit more, I'm sure, but, no one's in a coat
Well, I
because
know. I was gonna bring that up before later.
I mean, look
Um,
at all this beautiful greenery and the grass.
but it was actually
This is what, June or July? Did we go back to shoot the season in
somewhere in there.
I wanna say June or July, so we did the pilot in December. That guy is amazing. That face is straight out of The Sopranos, not that one. That one. Hmm. Green eyes, blue eyes.
So good.
So good. You know, the prison world is so sort of monochromatic and not monochromatic, but there's a very specific palette.
Yep.
There's a limited number of clothing, colors, etcetera. As soon as you see something from outside, it creates such an amazing
Chris,
it's such an amazing contrast.
this is when they
Alex on the hunt.
we got to go
Curious
back
that.
to the weather thing once we're outside.
Yeah.
Oof.
Did we have any non-white writers?
Not to my mind, not to my recollection.
Not that I can think of, season 1.
It's crazy to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, to have an
Oh, what's
episode
this
like
guy's
this
name?
come
He's
out
so
of an
good.
all white oh, he's so good. Maytag. That's
Maytag.
Maytag. Cherry comes later. Cherry comes later. What was that? That
There's
was
a
a cut
picture
to
of
something else.
Maytag.
Hard to keep secrets
Yeah.
in prison.
I think what's really cool about the writing of this is that he has this goal and he has to the stakes are really high and he has to do this thing of violence to like prove himself so he can get that thing and we don't even know what it's for.
Yeah. Yeah, the why does he care so much about this piece of hardware? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a VHS tape.
That's a VHS
It's a
tape.
VHS tape. I'm told inferior to Betamax and yet still took over the market
It
share.
sure did.
Bang, bang. And it's interesting because the whole concept of a deep fake was
Correct.
like a
Impossible.
generation away.
Impossible.
Yeah. Whereas now I think someone would see something like that and go, yeah, this doesn't really,
Like who knows? Yeah.
who knows? That could mean anything. So we were talking yesterday about how the show, or on the last episode, which we recorded yesterday, um, about how many aspects of this show are evergreen, but that's one that definitely ages. You know, the
Yes.
idea of
Well,
I saw it on a VHS, ergo,
you could yeah.
it's
People still
relatively
use that.
incontrovertible.
People still use the device all the time in writing though. It's like, oh, I have video of this thing. But it is immediately called into question, right? Because we don't
And I
believe
think for
anything
an
or see or
audience,
hear ever.
exactly.
Pugnac.
Pugnac. It's 2 parts Pernod and 1 part cognac.
Oh,
You know, Rockman was probably one of the best known actors on this show.
yeah.
I mean, in terms of
He,
people who had like he was coming off of Soul Food. I remember he had like
right.
calendars with him
Really?
on it and stuff. Yeah, he
Uh,
had like a
Oh,
merch and stuff
I would
like that.
like a
Like
Rockman calendar.
any day of the week. Any day of the week.
So wait, what deal did he just make with him? He just said,
I think he said he made no deal.
"Uh-huh.
Although I don't know. I'm sorry, I was running my big fat mouth
That's
and
well,
I
that's what we do." I'm sure our viewers can tell it. I'm sure our listeners can tell us.
beautiful shooting through all that. Not chain link, but whatever that is, that fencing. Those are just really nice shots.
I wonder when he decided to shave his head.
Like as a human?
Well, for the show, because in the pilot, his hair's longer.
Nice reflection. That
I got
that
really
does
hungry and I went to Cinnabon and I
I ate all the Cheetos at the Circle K, you guys. All of them. Oh, dear. I love all these reflections.
know why. I'm not going to say until I think like episode 12 of
Paul
season 2.
Adelstein / Paul Kellerman. You
Correct.
know why. Now see, look, she has freckles again. This is really, really nice work.
It's,
By the way, there are a lot of really, really trap-laden lines of hers in this scene that she
uh,
dances around
she
beautifully.
does. She does
Like, a lesser
very,
actor is
very
brittle and
good.
hard and angry, and her vulnerability is spectacular.
I love
Aw,
Mary
I
Cruz.
love
Oh,
Mary
God.
Cruz.
Sweet.
Aw. Badge. The shoe. I'm sure we'll have this conversation a few times, but it is awfully brutal to think that there are real people really living in
Oh,
circumstances like that. I
it's
understand they're
it's
criminals.
unconscionable.
There's, but
It's unconscionable.
just
It drives you. It doesn't. It's certainly not there for rehabilitation.
no, no, it would make you crazy.
Uh-oh. The foil.
Oh, he couldn't. He loves you.
He's in the
He's in the
shoe.
shoe. He loves you so much. Hey, I know that voice. Oh, they use
Oh,
that shot a lot.
okay. You know, I directed that shot. Not directed it,
Wait,
but that
what?
was shot like
You're so innocuous. Your hair was really short, hey?
Mhm.
Because there's probably quite a few. Um, okay,
So
wait, I wanna hear the story.
the shot of me holding that badge was used way later. Or
Is this the actor you were talking about?
no, it's the girlfriend. This is the mom.
Oh.
That's Adina.
Oh. Was that Letitia Barris? Is that the character's name?
Is that right? Oh shit.
That's a nice push in. That's a very overused shot in network television that was used very judiciously. I have personally overused that shot.
You have not.
I have.
I'll tell the
Um,
badge story later. I made a note.
okay, I'm making a note. Marilyn. Also, Muse is ripped. Did you see that?
Muses? No.
Yeah. He's in a tank top, which we used to call
We're not. Nope.
I'm
My
gonna tell
daughter
you the
calls them
story
that.
of
I'm
the
not.
tank top. Look how ripped he is. I'm gonna tell you the tank top story when we do the episode.
Oof. Oof.
Wow, they threw him over the edge, and
He
the
is ripped.
guards just back
Oh,
off. He's an old cowboy, that guy. I was
this
afraid of
stuff was
riding
so
horses
crazy. This
without
stuff was so
ever.
crazy to shoot. Oh,
Oh, yeah, they fully
very
went there,
violent.
because back then on Fox, you could in a way that you couldn't on networks, and so he's just trying to get the screw, and they see that. Ooh, the plot is thick. Thick, 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 thick.
Oh,
And just like that, Michael Scofield
murderer.
is a different man. I don't know if he's a murderer.
No, I mean, right.
Oh, that's very pietà.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a really interesting moment of emotion from Teabag, right? That
Right.
that
Like
he
you killed this. You
loved that
killed the
kid,
man.
or
You killed the man I love.
right, or
You killed the
something.
man
I
I
mean,
had
there's a
coerced into loving me.
you killed the man who held my pocket. It's very complicated, but still. Again, beautiful work from DPing here. Oh, I remember this. I mean, it's episode 2.
I know.
There's no, like, "We're gonna
It's like
slow
halfway
burn this
through
for
episode
4
2.
episodes." Yeah,
Yeah, he's already lost his. He's already gonna lose his mind.
yeah. We picked up the pilot, fantastic. We're gonna go race riot, we're gonna go murder,
Yep.
we're gonna send our
Knife.
lead all the way down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Like none of the plan is going right, and we don't even know what the plan is. That's the thing
We
I
don't even know
can't
what the
get
plan is.
over, like writing wise, is that like
We still don't know who Alan Schweitzer
we
is.
still don't know what he's up to. We just know
We
it's not going
still don't know
right.
what he's up to.
So that's part of the fun for the audience, right?
And these shots are so great.
Oof.
Does that mean no food?
That's what he said. No mess.
Well,
Well,
they gotta bring them food, right?
oh, maybe you're right.
I'm glad Marilyn survived. I have an insane investment in Marilyn.
And who's Marilyn? The cat?
The cat.
Come on.
I'm hugely invested in the cat. You can judge me. That's okay.
Oh. Oh, he's playing with his own pocket.
Which sounds really dirty when you say it like
Well, I mean,
that.
the whole suggestion of the whole thing is pretty brutal.
Yeah. That's a big engagement
Big
ring.
rock. Um, this had
Oh,
just
Millennium
been built.
Park. Yeah.
I'd never seen it before I shot there, and I grew up there. Also, a little
Must have been tough editorially to shoot around that big, the eyes. That was so well done.
yeah. Hold on, I think. Yeah, here you go. Boom. Oh,
It's
this is when my job really started getting fun.
the bad guys. Where you got to eat?
Hot dog, yeah. I was
Hot
like,
dog
maybe we
on
can have a
set.
hot dog. Oh, that was wrong.
Ooh.
Upside down. That was a
Oh,
mistake.
really?
Mhm.
What's it supposed to be? What's the significance of the pin?
It's special forces.
But it was upside down.
Yeah,
I can't believe, Mike Watkins let that slip.
I can't
I feel
believe
like
I
he
did.
would've been great at that.
Embarrassing.
There's a lot of really nice, engagement rings in this episode.
This is when we went to the extreme close up. I mean,
Yes. I mean, garlic.
Bobby Labange called it close, closer, and oh my god.
This is very well edited together, though. The hands on the table, the
Yep,
telephones. By the way, telephones.
so great.
She's on a cordless.
Oh, here's another.
You still have
I
that ring?
I do with yes. That was not
That's cool.
on the
Woo!
that was just off. That was I thought it was over.
Um,
I
you know,
thought he
it's
had
funny,
cut.
Nepper
I
does that
thought he
too.
had cut. Yeah, I do that all the time.
Do you? Oh,
Uh huh.
makes my head hurt. You also don't have any pug neck. This is the moment where Michael Scofield goes, maybe this was not
Maybe not the
the
best idea.
best plan. Maybe I should have just gone to law school real quick. See? He's filed it down,
Uh huh.
and now it makes an
Awesome.
Allen bolt. I mean, the
That's
amount of
crazy.
pre-planning. Ooh. Schweitzer, Aurora, Illinois. So this is oh my god, close, closer, and oh my god.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We joke that we could like shoot a season just in our trailers, just like nobody knows where you are. It's so close to your face. Wait, so what's the Schweitzer?
Ooh, Schweitzer is the manufacturer
Gotcha.
of the, toilet.
There she is.
So the Schweitzer toilet.
Finally.
Finally. Gloves.
You must have worked half a day on this
Drink,
episode.
if that. Um,
I want to
Small
make a
thing,
note
I'm
of, I want
wearing
to hear
a
the story about
bracelet.
your eye.
Why I have a black eye?
Uh-huh. And like, but also like how they, how annoying that must have been for you. According to fanfic, I do. But
Easy.
not yet.
Easy. I can't believe that actress passed away. She was so lovely.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. John Abruzzi, John Abruzzi?
Oh my God. I could not.
Oh,
This blew me
I
away.
forgot about this.
This absolutely blew me away because I was like,
Oh,
every TV show in history goes right up to the moment and then pulls it, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh,
And this is
I thought
episode
this was like
2.
episode 8.
By the way, we need to talk about a Fibonacci
Oh,
sequence because that's a thing.
yeah. Oh, I can't believe. Yeah, I mean, by the way, I don't think I worked a day. I don't think I worked 3 hours on this episode. Um, oh my actual
Ah!
god. Oh, this has been a bad day for Michael Scofield.
Oh my God.
Oh, oh, my Yankee goodness.
It's so brutal. I
I,
cannot
like,
believe it's
almost
network
can't watch
television.
this.
Cannot believe it's network television. I
It
just
was 9
wonder.
o'clock. That's why they didn't air this at 8.
Oh, that
Uh-huh!
and I thought when I read it, I was like, well, for sure you come back and oh, it's the end.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's the episode out, act
I
out.
mean,
Dushawn Brown, infirmary nurse.
Robbie
Rest in
Greenberg.
peace,
It said Robbie Greenberg.
sir. Good God in heaven.
It said Robbie Greenberg.
So for what it's worth, for the rest, well, we don't wanna spoil anything for people who might not know what happens in the next episode, but,
Well, I mean, is it a
that was
is it a
is
is it a is it a
is it a
spoiler alert
spoiler?
to say that he cuts his toe off?
To say that he spends the next, whatever it is, 88 episodes with 8 toes. There was one point.
9. 9.
No, 8. And I
No.
remember this, yeah, because there's a line where Michael says to Sarah, I can't, you know what? I honestly don't remember what leads up to it, but she says something like, "Yeah, coming from an eight-toed guy in a prison." And I
Uh-huh.
remember Went and I looked at each other and I was like, "How much limping would there be?" He was
I
like,
don't know.
"I think a
Yeah.
lot."
All right, y'all. You can hear us talk about it in the actual episode itself. Thank you for joining our watch party. This has been Prison Breaking with Paul and Sarah, or Sarah and Paul, depending on who you ask. Want to say goodbye, Paul?
Bye, Paul.
Prison Breaking with Sarah and Paul is a Caliber Studio production. Your hosts have been friends, but not besties, Sarah Wayne Callies and Paul Adelstein. Our prison warden has been producer Ben Haber. Our head of Jailhouse Rock is Paul Adelstein, who made the music for this podcast. Keeping us slim and trim, the prison yard, has been sound designer and editor, the great Jeff Schmidt. Keeping us up to date on the outside world is production assistant Drew Austin. Letting the world know what's been happening to us in prison is social media manager Emma Tolkien. Our prison artist, logo, and brand designer is John Nunziato and Little Big Brands. Check them out at www.littlebig.brands.com. Follow us on Instagram at Prison Break Podcast. Email us at prisonbreaking@caliber-studio.com and call us at 401-3PBREAK. Prison Breaking with Sarah and Paul has been a Caliber Studio production. Thank you for listening.